Yes, the painting history. Next, there was a third category of imperial art called history painting. This tradition sought to domestic and recreate various episodes of British imperial history and enjoyed great prestige and popularity during the late 18th and early 19th centuries. Next, British victories in India served as rich material for history painters in Britain. These painters drew on first hand sketch and accounts of travelers to depict for the British public a favorable image of British actions in India. These paintings once again celebrated the British, their power, their victories, their supremacy. One of the first of these history painting was produced by French Heyman in 1762 and placed on public display in their Vauxhall Gardens in London. The British had just defeated Sirajuddaulah in the famous Battle of Liz and styled Mir Jafar as the Nawab of Murshidabad. It was a victory won through conspiracy, and the traitor Mir Jafar was awarded the title of Nawab. In the painting by Heyman, this act of aggression and conquest is not depicted. It shows Lord Clive being welcomed by Mir Jafar and his troops after the Battle of Plassey. Next, the celebration of British military triumph can be seen in the many paintings of his battle. Tipu Sultan of Mysore, as you know, was one of the most powerful enemies of the British. He was finally defeated in 1799 at the famous Battle of. Notice the way battle scene is painted in figure 8. The British troops are shown storming the fort from all sides, cutting Tipu's soldiers to pieces, climbing the walls, raising the British flag aloft on the ramparts of Tipu's fort. It is a painting full of action and energy. The painting dramatises the event and glorifies the British triumph. Imperial history paintings sought to create a public memory of imperial triumphs. Victories had to be remembered, implemented in the memory of people both in India and Britain. Only then could the British appear and all powerful. What happened to artists who earlier painted miniatures? Next, how did the painters at Indian courts react to the new traditions of imperial art? Next, we can see different trend in different courts. In Mysore, Tipu Sultan not only fought the British on the battlefield but also resisted the cultural traditions associated with them. He continued to encourage local traditions and had the walls of his palace at Singapore covered with the mural paintings done by local artists. figure 10 shows you one of these. Next, this painting celebrates the famous Battle of Popular of 1780s in which Tipu and Hyder Ali defeated the English troops. Next, in the court of Murshidabad, we see a different trend here after defeating Sirajuddaulah. The British had successfully installed their puppet Nawab on the thrones, first Mir Jafar and then Mir Qasim. The court at Murshidabad encouraged local miniatures artists to absorb the tastes and artistic style of this British. You can see this in figure 11. Next, this is a picture of an ID processions painted by a court painter in the late 18th century. Next, notice how local miniature artists at Murshidabad began adopting elements of European realism. They use perspective which creates a sense of distance between objects that are near and those at a distancing. They use light and shade to make the figures look lifelike and real. Next, with the establishment of British power, many of the local courts lost their influence and wealth. They could not longer support painters and pay them to paint for the court. How could the artists earn a living? Many of them turned to the British. Stop.